Are we okay? We're going to fucking... We've got to do the fucking shit that we for fucking drug abuse. No! Are you listening?
Sean here, and I just made a 16-minute video only to find out that the microphone was making noises I couldn't hear when I was recording. So I am doing this on the phone speaker because, hey, this is a video about hell, and this is video hell. Try to get through this with the COVID headache. Lorne would have a TV in his trailer, and on that TV, every day, the Sting would play, and there would be news stories. From the moment Lorne was able to act on his own, independently thinking, to the moment he died, everything he's ever done exposed with itemized facts, just like regular news stories. No lies, no spin, just truth. The public would be reacting. They would have discussions with people talking about how pathetic the things he's done are, talking about, well, them in general, discussing them in a way that is not flattering, in a way that we discuss them, truthfully. But Lorne would have no way to rebut any of that. He'd have a phone in the house, trailer, no windows, no doors. It would be an ancient phone that could send text messages and phone calls. Unfortunately for Lorne, the keyboard wouldn't be working on this particular phone. So the only thing he would be able to do is make phone calls. In that trailer, there are cigarettes with no way to light them. And there's beer that tastes like piss, and he could never get drunk. I thought about doing some messed up things because of the way he treated his mom, because of the way he took advantage of her and took her money. Her decaying corpse would be on full display in the living room, and he would have to walk by it every day. Another thing I thought about doing that was messed up, of course, Lorne loves to walk around naked in his windowless and doorless trailer, so there would be mirrors everywhere, and he would have to see them. He would have to see himself as he truly is. No lies to himself, no ego. He would have to see that Yeti-looking body. His butt and his back have no separation. His crooked, broken dick, that misshapen head, the eyes that aren't even on the same plane. All of that, the bizarre pubic hair that he has over, he has to see himself as if another person is seeing through his eyes. He would have to see what he truly looks like. And he would have to see the behavior they're discussing. But see, here's the deal. With that, they couldn't make him see it for who. He would have to actually watch that. And he would have to figure it out on his own. He would have to finally come to terms with it. And that might take an eternity. Because it's Lorne. The TV would be on blast. His ears would be hurting. He couldn't escape it. No matter where he went, the only time it would go silent is just before the phone would ring. Now think about this. The TV's blaring. All of a sudden, it stops. Pre-programmed response. Some would say Pavlov's dogs. But he would know that phone was getting ready to ring. The time would be limited, because we know he can't take advantage of his time. It's going to be anger and rage. He will have never seen this woman. He doesn't even know if she's real. She would give him the sob story. She's in the same situation. She is trying to escape. And since he's the only one she could get a hold of, she will make it to his trailer and rescue him, and they will live happily ever after. Lorne wouldn't know he was in hell. This is Lorne we're talking about. And if I was the devil, I could make it so he would never fully understand. But that wouldn't work. I would want to know how long it would take him to realize, holy crap, I'm dead and this is hell. Because he would probably reason it out that some crazy woman kidnapped him, or somebody kidnapped him, and this is all some elaborate prank, and they're just trying to get back at him. Because everything to him is about him. But let's talk about the woman again. She'd call, give him that story. Now, Lorne can't text, keep that in mind. She'd say, I have to go. I think I hear them coming. I'll call you, or call me whenever you can, or I'll call you when I can. Months go by. Now, in those months, you're going to get the Lorne voicemail cycles. Concern, frustration, rage, fake love, super rage, apologies, and repeat. Now we're going to kick it up a notch. Every time he drops a curse word, he gets on fire. Boom, he catches on fire. Every time. Because he uses curse words to just take every conversation to the lowest point it could possibly get. So every time he drops a curse word, he catches on fire. When he tries to refer to genitalia, the way he usually does, he catches on fire. And he burns for a little bit. He has to apologize. But see, the apologies have to be genuine. So he's going to burn for a while. You know what? Let's make it hell. Lorne would keep this going with this woman. She'd constantly be stringing him along until finally one day she's able to admit to him. See, every time Lorne would get angry with her, she'd hang up and he wouldn't hear from her for months. So a couple years would go by and he'd figure that out. And he'd want to have a conversation. And suddenly he would be concerned about her. What can I do to help you? How do I get you over here? What do you need me to do? Probably too late for that. In real life, she would have already moved away to Canada. Anyway, we're talking about hell. She would tell him, oh yeah, and for the past however long it's been, there's been this male demon in here. He's constantly got his hands all over me. He's got an 18-inch straight penis. He's really hot, but I'm not really interested in him because he's a demon. And don't go into it more than that. Hang up. I'll call you when I can, then hang up. Sorry. 6 months go by. The voicemails are going crazy. He doesn't hear from her. Then a demon calls. I don't know about this because I don't know if I want him to speak to anybody but her. Then a demon calls, maybe. Do you remember when Emma called him and told him about Ramona? Well, this would be a demon telling him all of the dirty, disgusting things that this woman has been willingly doing with all of the hot demons down there. Lorne would have to listen to all of it. Sometimes I think he actually looks forward to hearing about that stuff, just like he did with Emma. No, keep going, tell me more, I want to know all of it. I don't think that would faze Lorne. I think he would look forward to the next time, because remember, if Lorne hears anything on the phone, he's going to hold on to it, he's going to memorize it, and he's going to throw it back in your face. He could hear it, especially when he hears it from other people, not directly from you. He just holds on to it. So for months, he will be stewing over this. In that trailer, naked, seeing himself as he truly is, not able to get drunk, can't smoke a cigarette. His mother is decaying in the living room, no dogs, waiting for the TV to turn off and that phone to ring. Can you imagine what a hell that would be for him? Another thing that would be terrible to do, but I'm thinking about Lorne and how much I hate him. I bet the devil hates him too. Have a live feed of a constant, the most incredible sex a woman can have with a bunch of well-endowed, muscular, handsome-looking demons. She is in pure ecstasy. But when she calls Lorne, She tells him, "Oh, I was just faking it. I didn't really want to do any of that." Now, Lorne would obviously see that she had to have been lying, and she could have received a picture of him, of course, with a 2.5-inch crooked broken dink. How could you possibly compete with sex demons? There could be so much done with that. He knows he's not well endowed down there, and he knows he's a virgin. And I think that should be broadcast as well. All of his failed relationships and sexual exploits that he tried, gone. Just put out there for the world to see. No more hiding, Lorne. All of that hiding is gone. So you now have to face up to the fact that the world is aware that you're a virgin. Oh, and it's broadcast up here to the Lorneography community. So they all know it's confirmed that you're a virgin, and there'll be no more stupid discussions on whether or not you are. Because you are. That woman calling him and dragging it out and leading him on and telling him, I'm gonna escape, and every once in a while saying, I've gotten out, I'm headed to you right now. I think I can make it. Only for a couple months later for him to get a text message, they caught me, it's gonna be a while before I call, I'll call you as soon as I can. The voicemails would go crazy. And each time, it would take longer. So yeah, a couple weeks maybe in the beginning, a couple months, a year, a couple years, the entire time, Lorne is in that trailer with his decaying mom. Cigarettes he can't smoke. Piss-flavored beer that will not get him drunk. No one to talk to, and that TV blaring all of his failed sexual exploits, every fault, every bad thing he's ever done, the sting, and Lorne would assume that's being broadcast to the world. And if you wanted to make it even better, have it broadcast to the cast of people in hell. All of the females that are down there, somebody, whatever crowd as the devil you want to make it broadcast to, go for it. Lorne doesn't like being exposed. He doesn't like seeing himself for who he is. He doesn't like the feeling of rejection. He wants what he wants when he wants it. And there you go, as he would say. And there you go. That little scenario right there, I could have gone so out of bounds. Oh, it bothers me so much. I'm the Undertaker. Lorne is actually the pallbearer of Cornville. But that's just some stuff I would do if I was the devil. Because you don't want it to be too obvious he's in hell. You want him confused. I'm so confused. You want him confused. You want him to question what exactly is going on. What's going on? How come everybody... You want him to be uncertain. You don't want him to know anything about what's happening to him. You don't want to give him that peace of mind. So everything needs to seem just enough for that little Cornville 56K modem P-brain. For it to seem like this could be all some elaborate, because Lorne's an egomaniac, so he would probably think somebody went through all this trouble. I think he would finally get it. I think he would finally understand. I saw a great Twilight Zone episode. It was about a guy with a gambling addiction. And as you know, people with addictions, especially to gambling, they are addicted to the possibility of winning. The thrill. He got into a hotel room. Doesn't show how he got there. They come and they talk to him. There's a slot machine in his room, I believe. And no matter what he does, he wins the jackpot. So over time, you see the realization set in, this is not heaven, I am not lucky, this is hell. Because he's got a gambling addiction and he always wins. So I want Lorne to have a room full of money, all that money he stole from Betty. I want it to be millions of dollars. but I want him to have nothing to spend it on. I want him to understand, see all that money you took? You could do nothing with it. You gave it all away. And now you have as much money as you ever dreamed of, but it's worthless. And I want guys on the outside of that trailer, big, burly demon men, pounding on it, which kind of shakes the trailer a little bit, with deep voices, telling him they're going to come in and they're finally going to get him. And you can hear the cracking of what he would think is the outside of his trailer, thinking that they might get in. Everything he's done in his life coming back to haunt him. Is this a messed up video? Yes. Do I have a COVID headache and I'm pissed off at this guy? Yes. But I wanted to have a little bit of fun. I'm not the devil. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one.